Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are part of the Oh So Pretty squad, I'm so glad you are back. If you want to join the squad, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and you are in. On this channel, I will take you behind the scenes of my handmade accessory business, as well as tips and helpful information for running a small handmade or product-based business for yourself. In today's video, we're going to be doing silk screens. So let's get excited. All right, guys. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own screen prints for clay. So basically, I'm going to go into a design that I've already started. I'm going to go to not make it. I need to go back to customize it. Okay, I'm going to go to customize. So I've already did two prints on here so you can kind of see what it looks like, but then I'm going to do one for you. So basically what I did was I just took a regular shape. I went into shapes. I chose this one. I decided how big I wanted my screen print to be. I wanted it to be about 5 by 5. So I dragged that in. And then I've already have my shapes on my computer, my PNG files, seamless patterns. So let's go and find the third one that we're gonna do. All right, so I'm going to find a pattern that I want to do, and I really think I want something a little bit busy, a little more pop art. I think let's do this one. Let's see it first. I can dig this. Okay, so once I found the one that I want to do, I'm gonna go over to back into my Cricut space, and I'm gonna go to upload. I'm gonna go to upload image. I'm gonna go to browse. This is gonna take me to my pattern, so I'm gonna go back to the one that I was in, and I believe this is the one that I want. Yes, I think so. I'm probably gonna end up doing a lot more of these, but I'll just start there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit complex because I just wanted to make sure it gets all the fine detail. And then I'm gonna hit continue. From here, I don't need to do anything. All I need to do is hit apply and continue because it already doesn't have a background. Okay, and so this is what I want. I want the cut image. So I'm gonna go ahead and click cut image, and I'm gonna click upload. Okay, so now my image is uploaded. I'm gonna go ahead and just click it, and then I'm gonna add that to the canvas. It's gonna be really large, so once it comes in, we'll have to size it down. Okay, like I said, it starts out super large. So what I kind of do is I do a hand gesture on my mouse pad because I use a Mac, and I'm just like squeezing my fingers together, and basically it will size it down. You can also hit this plus and minus button here to take it down so you can see the whole thing. And so once I can see the whole thing, I'll just pull it down to about 5 by 5. Yeah, I'm actually gonna turn this way, I believe, just so more room can be. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. Actually, I think I need to turn it. This one is a little bit more of a different shape than the rest of my patterns. So I'm going to just adjust the box that's around it. I'm going to go ahead and take the lock off because it'll stay square if the lock isn't off of the box. Okay, so that one is going to be that just a little bit less square than the other one, which is fine. I'm trying to wondering if I want this big block here. Okay, so once I do that, what you're going to do is you're going to hover over both. I grab both items, and then I'm going to go to slice. And what this is going to do is it's going to slice that pattern out of that pink area, so then we can make the screen print. So I think it's done. Once it's done, you're going to see the two, you're going to be able to move it around, and you're going to see everything kind of get chopped out of it. So basically, I'm glad I didn't touch that because the way it chops out, it's actually kind of perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. We don't need that one anymore, and we don't need that. And we're just going to add this here. So this is another screen print. Just keep it just about that size. The whole reason why we want this box is so whenever we go to the next step, we're going to be using some vinyl, some HTV, and we want to have like a round. We just don't want everything to just not be in a control area. So that's why we need to do this. Okay, so once that is done, it's kind of lined up how you want it. Then what we'll do is we'll go hover over both items, select both items, and from there we're going to go to slice. And then it'll do its thing. And then we'll be able to move the parts that we don't need. So we don't need that. And this is the part we need right here. So this one, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this as well. Oh. That's what we need. So we're going to delete this. Just highlight it and delete. Same thing for this. Highlight and delete. Okay, so now we have 4 of our screen prints. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and print these out on some HTV on my Cricut, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the rest. So let's move to the next part, and we're going to go ahead and make it. Perfect. That's perfect on the mat. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and add some HTV to the mat. All right, so what we're gonna do is I have my mat here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have my HTV right here. Got some crumbs on it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. With the HTV, you want to put the shiny side down. I always have the hardest trouble figuring out what side that is. This is the carrier sheet. Okay. It's down. Okay. So, with that being said, let me get this tape off of here. Just make sure this HTV just like picks up everything. So, actually trying to make sure it's kind of clear. All right, so here's my mat. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down. Okay, that's good. And then I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife, wherever it shall be, to cut the excess off. What I like to do is take my ruler Hey Siri, stop. Hey Siri, stop. And I usually... There's nothing to stop here. Okay, well, you was just playing something, so don't try me, girl. I just don't know where my ruler is right now, so I'm gonna just use this. Because I don't know where my ruler went. Been looking for it for a minute. And I'm just gonna cut that down. Do the same thing once again. Okay. And did I get it? Yes. Let's see if I got it. Yep. Perfection. Just need to cut this a little bit more. Okay. All right, so that is my HTV. Okay. Don't need that. Okay. So now the HTV is done. We're gonna go ahead and put this inside the Cricut to go ahead and cut it. It's a little bit Cricut. So I'm actually gonna put it down one more time. I have the hardest time getting this thing like straight. Okay. There we go. That should be good. All right, so it is down. My shiny side is hopefully down. And then we're going to mirror. Make sure you still mirror, because this is HTV. Make sure you still mirror your cut whenever you take it through the Cricut, okay? So let's put this in. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and mirror it, which I already did. Mirror is on, as you can see there. And now I'm gonna choose my material. Yeah, I'm gonna use that heat transfer non-Cricut, because that's what it is. Okay, so it's just reminded me that the mirror should be turned on. I'm gonna just do more, so it cuts it really well. And we are just gonna go ahead and put it in the machine. So let's do that. All right, so let's hit the C button. All right, guys, so I took it out of the Cricut. I actually started weeding, just almost forgot to pick up the camera. So basically, I'm just going through. I already read this one. It's about to get heat pressed, so I'm going to show you that in a minute. But basically, you just want to go through and you want to weed out all of your different areas where you want the paint to come through. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just weeding, and then I'm going to show you once the heat press heats up and I press this vinyl to the screen. So this is the screen. I got this from Amazon. I'll make sure this is linked in the description, but this is the screen printing. So I have a lot. I actually can make a lot of different screen prints. And so basically, if you've never seen this before, it's gonna come out looking sort of like this, but I use a white vinyl. So we're gonna see how mine turn out. It's my very first time making these, so hopefully it turns out great. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish weeding this, and then I'm gonna also, once the heat press is done, I'll show you that part as well. So keep watching. All right, guys, it's a little dark over here, but we're on the other side of the room. This is my little mini heat press that I have at home. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in this heat press. Okay, guys, so I made a major mistake right here. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I'm gonna tell you what I did in a few minutes, but this is me doing my very first one, which you guys know, anytime you do something for the first time, it's a little learning curve. I really need to get these back down this way, but I'm not worried about this first one. I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one now that we kind of know, but this actually kind of worked. It worked out very well. I'm just going to do another one where this is not messed up. I'll have to cut this one out again. I really want to use this one too. But anyhow, that's what's messed up. So I'm going to do another one and show you guys the second one that I'm weeding now, but we'll be back. You can stop it. Okay, guys, so I messed up last time and I remembered what I did wrong. What I did wrong is I took the HTV off the carrier sheet, off of the clear part. And generally, whenever you are heat pressing, you keep the clear part on till you get it on whatever you're doing it, and then you'll take it off at the end. So that's where I messed up. That's why it was peeling back, and that's why it was just so hard to get it stuck to the mesh. So this time I've left the clear carrier on there. I have the mesh here, and so I'm gonna go ahead and heat press it one time, and then I'm gonna take the clear part off, and it's gonna be stuck to the mesh. So that's what we did last time. That's what we kind of messed up, but that's why this is a channel where we learn. And yeah, so let's go ahead and heat press that. I'm gonna use this little thing to protect it, so we're gonna go ahead and heat press. And I'll be back. Okay, so this worked out perfect, guys. So you see the carrier sheet right here, and it's just gonna slide right off of here. All right, so see, it just slides right off. Slides right off. Boom. So that's what I messed up before, but so now it's perfect. So now really I only have to like trim the excess. Now we are ready to put this on some clay. So yeah, let's see how that turns out here in a minute. All right, guys, so this is 2 out of the 4 I did. I actually ruined 2 of them, and I got 2. So 1 you guys saw in the beginning, I forgot to leave the clear part on, so it kind of just bent back. That one's just like bent back. The second one, my little Teflon sheet fell off, and then I didn't realize it, and I put it down, and then it kind of just melted at the top. So I got 2 out of the 4 I originally printed on the Cricut. So we're just going to go ahead and put this on the clay so we can see how it works. All right, guys, this is the color palette that we're going to be working with. We're going to do something like bright and just very vibrant, because the screen print is going to be on top and it's going to be white. So I'm going to do like white paint, and underneath it's just going to be like super colorful. So I'm going to make this into some type of a marble with these colors right here, and then we're going to do the white paint. So I'll come back and show you guys when I do the screen printing over this color palette that I'm about to put together. All right, so here is the colorway that I've come up with. So we're going to go over top of that with this, and we're going to see if it works like it's supposed to. All right, so I'm just gonna put this down on the clay. Just kind of push it in a little bit, but not doing too much. And then we're gonna go in with I'm just using craft paint. I know a lot of people, when they are doing screen print, they like to use like Liquitex or a thicker paint. Me personally, I like to use a thinner, like not thinner paint, but I just don't like how hard it is to get the paint out of the screen when it's like I really don't see a huge difference from one to the next. So it's like, if it was a huge difference, I would be like, okay, whatever. But it's honestly not a huge difference between this one and the thicker one, and it just comes out a lot cleaner. So I have this down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just using just like an old card or whatever to what I'm gonna use to pull the paint down. So I'm gonna just go around the top. You don't need a lot of paint. Also, you don't need a lot. And then I'm just gonna use this to pull the paint down. Looks like it is working so far. Super exciting. Now I'm just guessing on what side I should have put down. Hopefully it's the right side. We shall see. I mean, it looks like the right side. I don't know why I'm doing right there because I ain't even know clay right there, but yeah, I'm hoping this works out. I'm definitely gonna be making all types of print screen or screen prints, because I mean, this gives you like, basically you're open up to like anything that you can design or think of or get a pattern of, you can have on your clay. All right, and I know one thing with screen prints is that you definitely want to wash them right away. So once you get all your paint through it, I'm just gonna take this straight off and take it straight to the sink and clean it. This is the moment of truth, guys. Oh, okay. So I wonder if I should have done it. Oh, okay. So what I'm seeing here is that, okay, first of all, I'm gonna wash this real quick. I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna tell you guys what I see happen here. Okay, so the first thing I see is there is a little bit of spillage, and I think it's because I did it on the wrong side. So when I put it down this way where the screen print is to the back. I know now that I actually need to do it this way because the edges are much more sharper on the reverse side of it. So instead of just like being like, oh my gosh, I gotta keep it like this, I'm actually just gonna wash this off. I'm gonna see if I can get this right on off. Yep. Might have a little bit of extra white, but that's fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's the great thing about clay, is that if it hasn't dried yet, you can wipe it right on off. And that's what we're doing. We're gonna do it again. We're just gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll do it one more time. Okay, so now this time I have basically like the shiny side down, and then the mesh side up. That's because the shiny side has definitely a more of a crisp lines. So let's try this again. Okay, put on my paint. I tell you one thing, I did notice that I felt like my screen print that I just made, this one right here, is a lot easier to clean than the traditional ones I've had. Like, it was not hard to get the paint out of the mesh at all. Maybe it's because I had it on the wrong side. I don't know. We shall see when I wash this one. But you don't need a lot of paint, guys. Just a couple drips. Ooh. Wow, you don't need a lot of paint, guys. Then I shoot paint everywhere. Wowzers. Let me get some of this off. That is famous last statement. So I'll see. I probably had like a little like a clog in it, and it just spit out paint all over my hands. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's take this off. Oh yeah, I can see already. Much better, much better. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go wash this really quick. You want to wash this as soon as you take it off because you don't want the paint to dry in your mesh. Okay, so I just went and washed it. It was very easy to wash. Back to normal. Can use this over and over and over again. So I love that. So I'm just gonna let this paint dry before I go ahead and cut this up into the earrings. But wow, I love it so far. I love that it's so vibrant underneath, and then you have the white pattern sitting on top. So if you want to see what this looks like after, here are a pair of earrings that basically I use a screen print on. Similar idea. I had like colorful background, and then I did a screen print, and then there's resin on top of this. So that's kind of what they're gonna look like. That's what we'll see here soon, but different. But yeah, the line, everything is super crisp. I love it. Yeah, it looks good. I love it. Can't wait to see the finished results.